Today I will speak about some of my CDs of my CD collection. Most of them they are inside their metal CDs of many genres, and some parts here maybe there's not exactly metal. So let's start. First of all, I will bring here the CDs and the bands and the albums with a random by random. I don't have to. I didn't choose them about one special category or about a special style. Everything goes here. So let's start. First of all, I will start and I will speak about one of my favorite death metal bands from Canada, and I'm speak about the band Cataclysm. Cataclysm, and I prefer maybe even more their middle period. But here I will bring their second or third album, I'm not sure, of them, Temple of Knowledge, or it is known by the name Cataclysm Part 3. In any case, here Cataclysm, they are even more, a little bit more raw death metal, and a little bit more technical and aggressive, but I like this band very, very much. Now we'll go to another band that many metalheads and they don't like them. I'm speaking about him from Finland. The band is even more known as a style of gothic rock, gothic metal. In any case, here I will bring their sixth album of them, if I'm not sure. They have 8 studio albums until they disbanded. This is the sixth album of them by the name Venus Doom, and this is the most heaviest album of them all. Here, maybe we can say that this is the most doom album of them, the more doom album of them. A very close doom metal style album, very close to the sound of Paradise Lost. And then continue with Finland. One of the most famous Finnish black metal bands from Finland, Impaled Nazarene. Impaled Nazarene, let's say they're not exactly only black metal. They have some grind and thrash metal elements in their music, something that made them very close to the raw bestial war metal sound, but they're not exactly bestial or war metal band. Here we have their first album of them, the debut album of them by the Finnish name, if I'm not sure, Cormot Norz. For many people, this album is very chaotic, very noisy, but I like it very, very, very much. Now I will go and speak about one of the great heavy metal, power metal bands from United States. They started in the 80s, but for many years they had only some EPs and some demos until 2002, when they made their first album, studio album and debut album after so many years. And I'm speaking about Glacier. And their debut album, The Passing of Time, in 2020, but they are not a new band. They are this band comes from the 80s. Great band with great heavy metal, power metal style, with a great also cover art. I have to say that when I listen to this album, here we have great songs, for example, Valor and Infidel, there are great songs, Valor and Infidel, but in any case, some of the songs remind me especially the second album of the Australian heavy power metallers, Pegasus. I don't know why, but I found a style that is very close to this also I don't know what is going today on about the Australians by the name Pegasus. And then continue now with one band that is a very, very good heavy metal band, a new heavy metal band with some epic metal influences in their music. And I'm speaking about the Americans Sumerlands. Until now they made only this album in 2016. Maybe they will make another album inside this year or the next year. Let's see. Sumerlands, some of the members of the band also they are inside Internal Champion. But here they play a little bit more straight heavy metal with Van Halen influences, with Ozzy Osbourne influences. Very, very, very good album. And then continue with another band, also inside the epic metal, epic rock genre, from England. And I'm speaking about Wytch, Hazel, and their third album of them came out in 2020, their third album, by the name Free Pentecost. The band is a Christian band with Christian lyrics, and they have some hard rock or rock prog rock influences from the 70s. You can listen here influences, for example, of Whisper Us from the album Argus. But they are great. We have great songs here. He is the Fight, Spirit and Fire, my beloved song of the CD, of the disc. Dry Bones, I Will Not, Repeat the Harvest, The Crown, Ancient of Days. Great album of Wytch, Hazel, if I prefer well their name. Now, a Norwegian band, a very special Norwegian band. No, they're not black metal. I'm speaking about Turbonegro. Turbonegro. This band, and this is if I'm not sure, their first album of them, Apocalypse Dudes. This style, they play a very special style between punk, between great hard rock, between rock and roll. Influences from punk, influences from Motorhead in their music, and they have the whole this style of let's say they are very promotive of the homosexuality and all these things. Something I personally I don't agree, but the band is great. This is the first album of them, and I have also another album of them by the name AssCobra. And now let's go and speak about one great, also Christian white metal Christian band from United States that they play very good style of technical thrash metal. And I'm speaking about this great band, Tourniquet, if I prefer well the name of the band. And the name of the album is Microscopic View of a Telescopic Realm. This is a great diamond of technical thrash metal in any case. Maybe the cover art is awful, really awful. Something that reminds me Toy Story, something like that. But the band, they are great thrashers. And now I'm coming back to Norway, and here I will speak about another band that maybe they're not exactly black metal. They are even more epic metal with some black metal influences in the music, of course. And I'm speaking about the band of Demonas, the personal band of Demonas, the mastermind today of Immortal. After the time that Abbath left the band. And here we have his debut personal album of him, came out in 2011, March of the Norz. Great album with great songs from the beginning until the end, very epic metal with some black metal influences, but they are even more epic than black metal. here. Everybody that loves metal loves the period of the epic period of Bathory, that he loves also Manowar and epic metal in general. He will like this great album, March of the Norz. And now I will continue with a progressive metal band from Germany, if I'm not sure, and I'm speak about Seeds Even, if I prefer well their name, and their great album of them, A Sense of Chains. First of all, you can understand from the cover art that here we have a progressive metal band, or progressive in all aspects. Now, the band reminds me very well the beginning of Dream Theater, and this album came out in 1991, even before the Dream Theater started to make their big influence inside the progressive metal. Great progressive metal disc and album. And now another black metal band that they play a style of true Norwegian black metal with very good style of true Norwegian black metal. And this band afterwards, they started as a band. Afterwards, they became one man's band. Today they disbanded. We don't know what is going exactly about them. But in 2002, they made this one album, their debut album, that is called by the name The Path of the Eternal Years. And the name of the band is Kalpa. Kalpa, this is the name of the band. Now, if you see them, maybe you will think that they are coming from Norway. Also, the style of their black metal is very close to the Norwegian true elitist, let's say, orthodox black metal. But these guys, they are from South Korea. Right, from South Korea, but they play so well a style of true Norwegian black metal. Something very great. And if someone likes very much black metal and is not an SBM stupid guy, I suggest to come and find this band, Kalpa, with only this album, The Path of the Eternal Years. Great, true Norwegian black metal from South Korea. Now, another band from Sweden. And they became a little bit famous in the 90s. They played Europower metal with some heavy metal influences in their music, and I'm speaking about Crystal Eyes, and their debut album, if I'm not sure, World of Black and Silver. Today I don't know what's going with them, if they are continue, I don't know. But in this album, they played a very good style of Europower metal with some heavy and epic metal influences, but even more power metal. And now another band from Israel, from the tiny black metal scene of Israel. Yes, there is a style of black metal inside Israel with very good bands, but many people, they don't know them outside from Israel, except maybe from Meleches. And here we'll speak about this great band from Israel by the name Tsorer. This is the name of the band, and this is the only, if I'm not sure, album of them by the name Return to Sodom. Great, also a true black metal album. And now I will continue with a great band from United States, that they are one of the bands that they are pioneers of the death thrash metal sound, and I'm speaking about Master. Now, they wanted to make this album in 1985, but they didn't succeed. Afterwards, they came back with another album with some of the songs of this album, or most of the songs of this album, with another title. And many years after this album came out as a booklet, they decided to make this album that is called Un-realesed 1985 album, and afterwards maybe some of them they gave the name as Funeral Beats. But here Master, they play a very good style of death thrash metal. And if we're speaking about the death thrash, I will speak about another band from France. Also, they were between thrash and death metal. The band Massacra, not Massacre, the death metal band from United States. I'm speaking about the French band death thrash Massacra. And here I will bring their first albums of them. First of all, the debut album, Final Holocaust, great album. And secondly, their second album, Enjoy the Violence. Great thrash death metal albums from France. Now, another band that personally I like them, some people they don't like them, they are from Germany, and they play a style between black metal and thrash metal. I can say that they are even more black metal with Sweden influences of black metal, and of course with some strong thrash metal influences in their music. And then speak about Keizer, if I prefer it well, their name. This is their second album, if I'm not sure. Cloud Collider, a great band with a great album. Some people did like them in this album, but personally I like. Now, I'm coming back to Greece, and here we'll speak about one progressive rock band, one of the most famous progressive rock bands of the 70s from Greece, and I'll speak about Aphrodites Child and their album 666. Here, this is not a satanic or anti-Christian album, not at all. Most of the songs that are coming from the Revelations, the Christian book of Revelations. And here also Demis Roussos, he was playing in this band in these years. From Greece, in these years, we have two great progressive rock metal bands, Aphrodite's Child from one side and Socrates from the other side. Now I will come to speak about a black metal band, very good black metal band, also with a very close to the Norwegian true black metal style, and I'm speaking about Horrocious, if I prefer well their name, from Turkey. Yes, black metal from Turkey with a very good style. And their debut album that came out in 2019, Depleted, Light and the Death of Uniqueness, something like that. Great black metal album from Turkey. Now, another very famous band in these years of the 90s, that they played technical death metal, let's say technical death metal, with some atmospheric elements in their music, with keyboards in their music, and some members of Morbid Angel, they were inside them. And I'm speaking about Nocturnus and their great album, The Key. Some people, they like very much the song Andromeda Strain, but all the album is great. And I'm continue now with another style of occult rock, modern occult rock band. Their debut and only album came out in 2014 from Rise Above, and I'm speaking about the band Oath, The Oath. Okay, this is the album. This is The Oath. This band became even more famous because of their singer Ioanna Sardonis. She has a Greek ancestors. In any case, Johannes Antonis afterwards became the famous singer of the Swedish band Lucifer, also of occult rock style. And there are people that prefer the Oath a little bit more than their next band of her, Lucifer. In any case, this is the one album of them. Very, very good album of occult rock. And now I will speak about one of my favorite thrash metal bands from England, if I'm not sure, and I'm speaking about Sacrilege. Sacrilege, they're a very, very special style of thrash metal with US power metal and with doom metal elements in their music, and with a female singer. And the singer, then Tam was her name, Sandra Tam Simpson, something like that. Linda Tam Simpson. Okay, she was their vocalist. And the band is great. This is one of the most famous albums of them, Within the Prophecy. Many people prefer the song Flight of the Nazgul, but here there are many great songs from the beginning to the end. And also another album of Sacrilege, Turn Back Trilobite, if I prefer it well, also a great album of them. And now another band from France that they play the style of Viking, pagan, folk black metal. Especially their first album of them, the debut album of them. And I'm speaking about this band, French black Viking band, Himinbjorg, oh, the name of the band, and the album, their first album of them, Where Ravens Fly. Another band that they play something between atmospheric black metal, melodic black metal, with some female vocals in their music, atmospheric female vocals in their music. And then speak about Frozen Tears from Bulgaria. Yes, from Bulgaria. From Bulgaria. Great band with a great. They made only, if I'm not sure, they made only 2 studio albums. This is their second and the last studio album of them, and some EPs afterwards. This album is known by the name, I don't know, something in Bulgarian that I can't read it. They sing everything here in Bulgarian, and all the songs are written in Bulgarian, so I can understand. But a very good atmospheric melodic black metal band. And the last but not least, for now, a band also from United States by the name Incubus, not the alternative rock band. Incubus, they made only 2 studio albums by this name. Afterwards they changed their name, and also this album they made another album, exactly the same album with another singer. But here I will bring the real authentic debut of them, Separate Temptation. Also they have Christian songs with Christian elements, Christian band, but they play a very good style of death thrash metal from the beginning to the end. This album is awesome. A very good style of death thrash of the period of the 80s. So this is about my CD collection until now, metal collection from Israel and from Jerusalem. Stay metal and stay heavy.